It's Friday the 24th of April. This is workshop vlog number 6. So how's everybody doing? What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to the workshop. Now, this is workshop vlog number 6. I do believe these vlogs are just basically me rambling on, waffling on, giving you guys a quick look around the shop, letting you know what I'm doing, and just a quick update, and more importantly, checking in with you guys, asking how you're doing. More importantly, hope you're all getting through this lockdown, and wherever you are in the world, I hope you and your loved ones are safe and you're getting through this thing and you're hanging in there. And I think it must be week 4 or 5 of this now, week 6 maybe, and it's still no end in sight, but hopefully some good news will be on the horizon soon, and we'll keep our fingers crossed for that. Now, I would just like to welcome all the new subscribers. The channel has really taken off in the last couple of months, and as I've said in previous videos, I wish it was under better circumstances that people were home watching these videos, but hopefully you're enjoying the content and hopefully it's alleviating some of the stress and you're getting something out of it. The channel is at nearly 9,000 subscribers now, which is absolutely fantastic. I think it might have been the workshop tour video at the start of the year where I set myself a goal of 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Looks like I'm going to hit that by next month, which is unbelievable. So God knows what it'll be by the end of the year. So hopefully the channel will continue to grow, and I'll make better and better content. I'm trying to develop my editing skills so to make this more and more interesting, and not to be so long-winded and talking all the time. And there's different things I'm trying to work with, trying to teach myself better editing, and so there's multiple skills and multiple strings to the bow you require when you're making these videos and doing YouTube stuff. So I will try and endeavour to make better and better content to be worthy of the nearly 10,000 subscribers that I have now. So it's absolutely fantastic, and welcome to everybody. Now, with regards to videos, it is absolutely fascinating to see which videos are getting the most amount of views. Some of the videos that took the least amount of effort to make have gotten the most amount of views. So the 5 woodworking jigs one, I think that video must have taken me an hour maybe to record. I kind of record as I'm working, I'm recording, so it's all happening at the same time. So I literally whipped those jigs together. They're very, very simple jigs, and I had the video recorded and the jigs made in about an hour, and then maybe another hour to edit, so maybe 2 hours in total, and that video got 100,000 views. And then videos I could spend a week building a project might get a handful of views. So it's absolutely fascinating to see what gets watched and what doesn't. So you kind of get pushed and pulled by what people are watching and what people like, but I'm trying to make videos that the subscribers are responding to, not that the vast majority of people out there are responding to, if that kind of makes sense. I don't know if it's that a good strategy on YouTube, but I have to make the kind of content that I like to make, and then hopefully the type of subscribers that subscribe enjoy kind of hanging out on this channel. That's the kind of vibe I'm going for. So I'm going to keep heading down that road, and we see where we end up, rather than trying to make videos for the masses, trying to make quality content that maybe less people might want to watch, but that I enjoy, and that maybe that you guys get the most benefit out of it. So that's the plan, I think. I never really have a plan. I just kind of have a fly by the seat of my pants with my projects and with this YouTube thing. So we'll see how it goes. So let's have a look around the shop now. What am I at? Well, this Moxon voice. Let's have a close-up look at this thing. I'm kind of left scratching my head, and I've taken it off the workbench. I've sat it on top of the workbench. I'm kind of thinking of going with a top-mounted Moxon voice now, because it's a little bit difficult to get this mechanism to work out, but we'll have a quick look and we'll run through it. Okay guys, this is the Moxon voice that I was working on, the cam lock one that I showed you in the last vlog. Now, I have tried just about everything to get a functioning mechanism to lock these tenon arms under the bench, and nothing to my satisfaction. I even added a second set of cams to lock the tenon arms, and it worked. It was pretty successful. It does lock them, but it's just an extra couple of movements that kind of made the voice just not user friendly. And if it is to be something that I'm going to put out there in a video, it has to be user friendly. It has to be nice and simple. So I literally just want to put this voice, something in it, lock it up, lock the cams, and that's all you have to do. I'm trying to get there, but with a mechanism under the bench that you can't stick a pin in or a plug in, or you don't have a good enough range of motion. It's too many moving parts then to try and lock stuff with extra cams, with teeth, with wedging actions. It's getting a bit unwieldy. So I'm not sure whether or not it's still a good concept, but what I'm going to try next is a top mounted Moxon voice. So now most Moxon voices that you will buy, you lift them up, you sit them on top of your bench, and you clamp them to the top of the bench. So that's most of the ones you would buy. So I'm kind of leaning towards that kind of an idea. Maybe a voice that you could pick up and put on top of your bench and use it whenever you need it to. That way we have access to the mechanism here. It's right in front of us. We can shorten these tenon arms right down. We can build a base for this thing, one that you can just stick 2 clamps on and clamp it to the top of your bench here. I can shorten the voice then down, which means my cams will be in the center of the voice. I'll have my pressure in the center of the voice. There's just so many more positives to having it as a removable voice rather than a fixed voice. Just mechanism wise, the fact you're dealing with 2 cams and 2 tenon arms, it's making it a little bit more awkward. Unlike the leg voice, which has turned out really, really well now, I have to say. I've made a few adjustments to that, which I'll show you now in a second, and I can kind of see the best mechanism now that works out the best, so I'll take that in a second. But with the Moxon voice, yeah, I think a table mounted Moxon voice is going to be my next one, and then maybe when I get that working to where I'm satisfied with it and to where it's user friendly, I'll do a video on it, and then hopefully it will be usable and something that's quick and easy to make. Right now it is quick and easy to make. We just need to build a little frame for it to sit it on the bench, shorten our tenon arms, and then I think I'm going to use the offset hole system again, so you can just have 2 pegs that you click in here and lock up your voice, because it's nice and handy to work there, and that extra movement, it's not going to be such an issue on a top mounted Moxon voice. So that's where I'm at with this thing, and that's my next plan. So I need another sheet of 3/4 birch ply. I have none left now, I'm out of it, so I'm going to try and get some of that maybe next week if I can. I don't think the place will be open tomorrow, so it'll be next week before I get any work done on this, but that's where we're at. Okay guys, a quick update on the leg voice then. I've been using it now over the last couple of weeks. I've been putting it through its paces, and I have, I think, the best system now. So I've made a few adjustments to it. So if you remember in the last video, we were using the 2 tenon arms to get a wedging action, and using the bar only if needed. The problem I was having though, as some of you spotted, was the bottom tenon arm was been driven into the floor. It was lifting the leg of the workbench, and it was actually walking the workbench around the shop. There's a lot of leverage in this arm, and it was just literally effortlessly pushing the workbench back around the shop, so that was no good. If I was to use that system again, I would put the tenon arm on top of the stretcher and have it push into the stretcher, the top and bottom stretchers. Then you could wedge it that way and you would get your wedging force. But as it is now, I'm purely using the bar. So I took the pressure off the bottom tenon arm by adjusting where it's screwed to the top tenon arm. So I've lifted it up that small bit. So that's why the voice now slides so easy. It's so easy just to pull in and out. I've also adjusted the tenon arm back, so now it keeps the voice perfectly parallel the whole time. So there's no need now for a floor wedge or anything like that. You have the 2 tenon arms, 2 pivot points. It works absolutely perfectly. And I've been using it, like I say, just with the bar and the offset holes. And that's really all you need. It is so quick and easy to use. You can literally just catch a piece, shove it in, and the weight of the cam alone will hold the piece in there while you stick that bar in. And then you just lock it home and you get serious clamping pressure. So it really works well. That is the best system, I think, as of now anyway, as of what I've been using over the last few weeks. It works perfectly now. So I'd recommend, if any of you guys are going to build this leg voice, to do it this way. Use 2 tenon arms, 2 pivot points, top and bottom. Use the offset holes, and yeah, keep your tenon arm sliding on the floor, not pressuring down into the floor, or it will lift your entire workbench. And it works beautifully. It takes little or no effort now to slide that in or out, and it is extremely quick and easy to use and extremely powerful. So that is the leg voice, and yeah, it is doing the job. I'm really, really happy with it. I think it's a good idea. The Moxon voice, on the other hand, is proving a little bit trickier. So unless I can get that as simple as this, it might be one that might get put on the shelf. We'll see, we'll see. So another thing I've been putting through its paces over the last few days is the dust extraction system. And I have to say, it is working fantastically. I have no leaks or no issues yet, and it has saved a lot of work. I'm really impressed. It was nice and simple to put in. The dust extractor sits there at the door now, and I don't have to move it at all. So it's absolutely fantastic. It's just an extra 5 minutes when you're moving from machine to machine. It's that extra 5 minutes that you don't have to spend unplugging the dust extractor and wheeling it over to the other machine. It's just so much handier to have it there. You're more inclined to use the thing then. and it's nice and simple. I still have to get a remote switch for it, that's the only thing, but other than that, it's working fantastic. The blast gates that I've made were a 10-minute build or half an hour build, were nice and simple. I've made a bunch of them now, so they work perfectly. I know some of you guys are worried about dust getting caught and make self-cleaning ones, but it's so shallow here. There's actually, if you guys can see it, there's no really anywhere for the dust to get caught. It just barely closes the hole, so it's not really an issue. So I've checked them all. There's no dust gathering in any of them. The thing is, it's pulling all the air here, so like I say, this barely just covers the hole and closes it off with that rubber seal. Does the job, so it's not really an issue so far. But if it becomes an issue, I will be sure and let you guys know, don't worry. Now, the only problem I am having with it is the miter saw. They are notoriously difficult to pull air from, so I'll show you what I'm doing over there now. Okay, so this is the miter saw station, and you guys see me use this 100 times in all my videos, and this is the thing that's most responsible for creating dust in the shop. Now, after the last few projects using all that plywood and stuff, the shop was destroyed. Everything is just coated in dust, and it's down to this. Even with that dust extractor being so powerful, it's just, you can't capture all the dust that this thing produces, and the blade itself kicks out a lot of air. So you notice whenever you're finished your cut and you're pulling up, the blade just kicks out a bunch of air, and it kicks left and right and scatters dust everywhere. So what I'm doing is, I have another shop vac, so I'm using that into the dust extractor part of the miter saw itself. Then I have a 100mm hose into a cowl, I suppose you would call it, and that's sucking air, pulling air down this way. So anything that gets kicked out the side here is getting pulled down there. It's a lot better than what it was. I've been doing a few test cuts on it today, and it's pulling that dust and stuff in there, so a lot less dust is escaping. Now, it's still not perfect, so I'm probably going to have to build something around the miter saw eventually, because I really want to stop dust build-up in the shop. There's no point in destroying your lungs for your hobby. It's just kind of a crazy idea. So yeah, so what I'm thinking of in the future is keeping this set up, so having a dust trap down here from the 100mm hose, because that's just pulling a hell of a lot of air, using that shop vac then in tandem with the main dust extractor. And I might build a entire station along here, so I'm going to continue on from my router table, and as I continue this workbench the whole way along, make a miter saw station and continue it around to that workbench. I'll take my assembly table out of there, put it back in the middle of the floor where I used to have it, and yeah, then I can put a load of drawers and shelves and stuff like that all around here for storing stuff. So there's a lot of waste space in down around here, in underneath here, in underneath here. It's just, even under the router table itself, it's just wasted space, so I might as well try and utilize that, and yeah, it'll just be a nice place to store stuff. So that's the plan. That's the dust extraction from the miter saw. That's the only issue I'm having, but with this setup is working quite well now, so at least it's helping. It's better than it was. So yeah, that's the dust extraction. Quick update on the whetstone sharpener. I know I promised you guys a full review of this. I can still do a full review of it if that's something you want to see, but the stone is super soft, I'm finding out, and it's not going to last very long, I don't think. So every time I use it, it leaves a massive hollow in the middle of the stone. If you put a bowl gouge on it or something like that, you can leave a big hollow in it, and then when you flatten it again with the truing, the diamond truing jig, you lose a hell of a lot of material. So I'll just show you, that's how much, if you guys can see it, every time you sharpen, that's how much of the stone I'm losing. So yeah, this stone is going to shrink pretty quickly. Now, I don't know how fast the Tormek stones shrink, but you could buy one and put it on this. So I'll see what I get out of this, but yeah, I'm not very impressed with that stone. Yeah, it just wears out so fast, and literally, like, sharpen one bowl gouge and you're left with a major hollow. So yeah, that's the whetstone sharpener, guys. Enough said. Right guys, there we go. That has just been a quick update on what I'm doing in the shop, vlog number 6. I don't think there's anything else. Oh, table saw, a table saw. I know I said I wasn't missing my table saw, but now I'm kind of missing my table saw. So I was doing the last few jobs I'm doing, I was kind of thinking to myself, I could really do with a table saw here. A table saw would make life a lot easier. It's still not essential, but yeah, the last couple of jobs now I've been kind of thinking, maybe I need a table saw. So I've been looking at table saws. I've no idea what one to get, if even I'm going to get one. So I'm not saying I'm getting one yet, but the last little while I've definitely kind of, I could have done with a table saw, would have made life a lot easier. Now I can still function with everything I have here, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I just kind of felt that a table saw would have been the best tool for the job at the time, and I've sold mine. So well, there we go. So that's it, guys. I think that's everything. That's all I have updates for you. So I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all hanging in there. I hope you're all getting through this thing. And yeah, it's Friday evening now, so I'm going to have a beer. Hope you guys go have a beer, glass of wine, cup of tea, whatever you do to relax and enjoy yourselves. Look after yourselves and your family. Enjoy this weekend. I think the weather's going to be good here in Ireland at least, so we can sit out. That's another thing I wanted to say to you. I have a picnic table build. It's a video going back a while now. I'll link it up here. If any of you guys are looking to build yourself a nice picnic table, seeing that we're coming into the summer, it's a nice, quick, simple building, classic style X-frame picnic table. So I've done that. So I'll let that up here. You can guys and check it out. It's very cheap to build and you can make it as big as you want. And it'll save you a lot of money because you can build like an 8-foot one. And they're wicked expensive to buy, so for the price of, I think it was like 60 or 70 euros worth of materials, and you have yourself a robust picnic table. So that will be linked up there or down below, so go check that out if you want, and enjoy the weekend. Look after yourselves. I'm going to have a beer now, so take it easy. I'll see you in the next one.